What's up, guys? My name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing, and welcome back to another weekend wash. So in today's weekend wash, we're washing our Avalon. It is pretty bad. It's been through a bunch of rainstorms. It has pollen, tree junk, sap all over it. So we're going to wash it using some of the chemicals from the Detail glove box. So what do we have in that glove box for May? Well, a couple of awesome products. Ones that I'm already familiar with and maybe that you're familiar with, but let's take a look at them. But before we do, if you're enjoying videos like this, and I hope you are, consider subscribing, growing the channel, clicking that bell so you don't miss stuff. Okay, now here are three of the products that I'm going to be featuring. I do have the other little red drill brush that we use for drilling mats, which is over here. So this can be used for cleaning rubber mats, which is pretty awesome. So it's an aggressive brush, but we're not going to be cleaning any mats today, so I don't need it. So it's going to wait over there until I do need to use it. But we're going to focus on three of these products. The first one that I'm really excited about trying out is the Melco Accelerate. This is their all-in-one polish and protection. So I love all-in-ones, and I love that it is, what is this, a 16-ounce bottle? That is amazing. What an awesome value. So we'll try that out today on our vehicle. We also have the tried and true Super Clean all-wheel cleaner. This is an acid-based cleaner, very, very strong. I'm going to use it on the tires and the wheels. Even though my wheels aren't horrible, I can still, show how to use it. If you're a regular on the channel, you've seen me use this product lots of times. It is really, really good, very strong. And then CarPro Pearl. So this came in the glove box as well. I switched the top out. I like these tops much, much better. I think you can, of course, get the product out much easier that way. I love these types of squeeze tops. In fact, a fellow detailer and follower sent me a bunch of caps right here. And yeah, I love these. These are really nice to use with those 16-ounce bottles. If they have the smaller, mouth on the top, these caps are great. So a fellow detailer and viewer on the channel, Richard Seam, he sent me these. Really appreciate that, Richard. Awesome. Love those. Oops. Get it in there. And I'm going to be using one of the shampoos that came in one of the glove boxes a couple of months ago, I believe. But it's the Liquid X car shampoo. Nothing fancy. I mean, it's a basic car shampoo. It works great. I believe it cleans well and it foams up great. It's nice and slick. So we're going to use that in our MJJC foam cannon. protection seems to be holding on quite well, which is good. So let's foam her down and give her a wash. And as usual, foam up my wheel bucket. And I'm going to use up all the foam that's in here, all the shampoo. There we go. And let's just wash the vehicle quickly. This is going to need to be clay barred soon. I think next time I'm going to do basically like a strip wash and get all the protection off, or as much as possible. I think it needs a good clay barring and a light polish. Actually, I might do that before I go on a trip up north. That's a good idea. We're planning a little family getaway with my wife's family. So we'll see. Before we do that, I want to give this thing a light polish and choose some sort of protection over the entire thing, maybe. And it won't be any type of long-term test. I'll just do that for the trip, and then when we come back, probably just wash it and see how it's held up. So I'm going to rinse her off first, and then we'll do the wheels. So guys, I've seen a lot of people and heard a lot of people talk about doing your wheels first and then you do the rest of your paint, and if you don't, you're not doing things correctly because you're going to get chemical on the paint. Oh no, not that. So don't make rules. If you want to do that as a general, suggestion, or you do it for your business, or you do it on your own car, whatever the reason, great. And you may have your reasons, and they're logical for you and everything, and that's great. But never make that a rule. Because when you start making rules like that, it changes the dynamic of detailing. It now makes it more, makes it less enjoyable, for one thing, and it stifles thinking for oneself. So, you can really see it pulling off the dirt off these tires. So, never make those rules, and never bully others for not following your rules. I have certain methods and things that I do that others don't, and I have very specific reasons why I do it. But I would never criticize someone else for not doing it my way, or what I deem as the correct way. Not cool. Don't ever do that. I have my methods because I've copied others, and it's worked for a little bit. But I've developed my own technique, my own way, that works for us. But if you think you're going to be calling someone else out for their indiscrepancies or not doing things correctly, well, you could be doing something wrong yourself, and you may not know it. Listen to others and take all that information. Look at all different detailers, different methods. take all that information, and then you reason out what works for you and what doesn't. But don't criticize others, because you may not know the full story of why they're doing it and the reasons why they're doing it and all of the circumstances and variables thereof. So don't do that. So you see I put a little bit on the paint here. Not a big deal. Even though I just washed the paint and rinsed it, not a big deal at all. Watch. This is how you deal with getting splatters on the paint. It's called rinsing it off. So the sap on here is insane. There's a spot there, and a few spots there, kind of hard to pick up on camera. But yeah, it's pretty bad. It already started to kind of eat into the paint a little bit. There's another one there. Really bad. We'll remove that with a little bit of solvent. Wow, that's a heavy one. I think I may just polish the hood here. And I know I have the AM detail sealant on here, but that's really bad. I don't want that to stay there. So I'll strip that and we'll use the new Accelerate. But I've been very happy with the AM sealant and the AM detailer. That was the detailer on top of the sealant that you saw. Pretty awesome stuff. I don't know why it was dead a little bit here. Here was a little bit better on the passenger or the driver's side, but the passenger side was a little dead. Don't know why. It's weird. So even though I applied it to the whole thing, it did that. And then actually after the wash, it actually evened out and it was beading and sheeting much better over the entire hood. So I do like that stuff. I know it works well. I'm happy with it, but I need to get these marks off. There's a few on the trunk as well. So spot there, 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 there. Yeah, it's just, this isn't as bad. And the Griot's ceramic 3-in-1 is doing really well on here also. That was actually beading and sheeting really well. So, and the rest of the protection was holding up awesome. So this was actually the Flex Wax on top of the Max Wax. That was actually beading and doing pretty well. The Vonix Paste Wax here, and then just regular Flex there from Hybrid Solutions Pro. The coating here, the Avalon King, that's actually doing really well. Still feels really nice. And over here we had the Ceramic Pro Sport, and then the Torque Mirror Shine here, topped with their waterless wash. So not bad at all. All that protection was holding up. But yep, it is about time to start fresh with this. Give it a strip wash next time, clay bar it, and then a light polish over the entire thing, and start off with some other protection. Either I'll use something for the entire car or split it up again. We'll see. That'll be before the trip. Now I'm going to use a little bit of the Gtechniq W7 tar and glue remover and just spray it onto the towel first. Gently work that into the paint. It helped remove it a little bit, but it already started to etch into the paint. Whatever that is, it's strong. I didn't really remove much of it. So even a little water spot remover wouldn't touch it. So whatever it is, it's stuff from the trees, and yeah, it's pretty bad. So that helped a little bit, but it needs more. So let's use the Accelerate on an orange light country pad. Oh, that stuff is pretty watery. This stuff flashes away very quickly. So I'm going to put a little bit more. I think I'm okay using a little bit extra, a little bit more than I'm used to. Okay, so I like how this stuff wipes away very easily, and it leaves a very, very slick surface. So that's nice. As far as the imperfections, the sap, the bird droppings, whatever was on here, it was able to diminish it a lot. So that actually, it's hard to find again. I'll see them, but it did a really good job of diminishing them. So let's bring in close here, and yeah, you really can't see because the sun isn't out. You really can't see the difference here, or maybe you can. I can't with my eye here. I really can't see on the camera either, but the marks that were here, I can't find them anymore. So I think it did a good job of removing them. Oh, they were there. So right at the corner of the towel. They were like right there. Let's see if we can focus in. So you can kind of see it like right there-ish, barely. So it did a good job of reducing it, but that was just with an orange pad and a few light passes. So not bad at all. You'll see that there. That's pretty bad. Let's see if we can remove that. But so far, I really, really like this. I could probably check it with the lights. Maybe I'll check it with the lights when I bring it back in, because it's hard to see with overcast here. So let me polish the rest of it, and then we'll pull it in and check it in there. All right, that is nice. I love the wipe off on this. It is great. Beautiful. That would make an awesome all-in-one one-step polish. Very easy. All right, nice. Now I know this is probably premature, but I want to try it anyway. Interesting, it's more of a sheeting product. It looks like it can bead. So yeah, you do get beads, but, interesting. But I think where this really shines is the sheeting. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's where this product really, really shines, is the sheeting. Really, really nice. All right, so we pulled it in, and now look at the paint. So, man, this thing is developing a lot of pockmarks from just being out. You know, that's just the way it is. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just a lot of pockmarks But it did eliminate a lot of other like weird swirls and stuff. So that's good. But man, this thing is just, it's just getting hammered, unfortunately. Yeah, it is crazy. So, of course, just a super, super light polish. We're not trying to get out heavy swirls and heavy marks here. There's just a lot of marks on this hood that are just, it just makes it look horrible. So, yeah, you can see, there you go. Kind of see that sap mark. It was hidden from view because of the overcast. But there it is. It's still there. It's pretty bad. So we would have to really compound that out. But as far as increasing gloss and slickness and making the paint look really nice and shiny, yeah, that's really its intent. And then adding protection. Of course, if you want, you can top it as well. Put some sort of topper on it. Spray wax, spray sealant, whatever you want. Or you can just leave it. You just want to quickly use it like a wax, then you can do that. It's going to enhance the paint, gloss it up, and make it look really nice. Now, as far as the tires go, they are nice and clean. Awesome. So we're going to use CarPro Pearl. Make sure to shake it up. And I like to use a little applicator like this for this type of dressing. You can put it on a brush too, but in this case I don't need to. These tires are not so knobby that I need to do that. This will spread nicely with a sponge applicator like this, or a foam applicator. And I'm putting it on straight. You can water it down, you can dilute it if you want to, but I don't do that. For exterior plastics and tires, I don't. I just put it on straight. It'll dry and I'll knock down any shine if I don't like it, but usually this produces a good enough finish that I don't need to do that, and I like the way that it looks. And if you get a little bit of water on here, it's not the end of the world. It's water-based anyway. It'll just dilute a little bit in those areas, just go back over it. Like there was a little drip of water down here, but I just spread it in and it's fine. Okay guys, so that's going to do it for the weekend wash. The car's at least clean, the hood is at least polished, but like I mentioned, I'm probably going to do a full strip wash and decon and then protect it with something else, or you know, maybe split the car in a couple of different panels and test a couple of different protectants. We'll see. It kind of depends on how much time I have, but I want to do it before that trip, hopefully. So we'll see how things play out. Now, as far as the accelerant from Melco, I enjoyed using it. I don't really have any issues with it. I guess pros and cons. Pro is that it applies really easily. It's easy to work with, wipes away effortlessly. So really nice to use. I guess the only con I would say is maybe just it's very, very liquidy, but who really cares? I mean, it's not really a real con. That's just personal choice. I like a thicker product to stick onto the pad to come out of the bottle a little bit easier, but that's it. You know, that's not really a knock on the product at all. That's just a personal thing. So otherwise, it works really well. I love the wipe off. It's incredibly easy. And if you want to get more cut out of it, I was just using the orange pad. Then you can just use a microfiber cutting pad and get a little bit more bite from it. And, you know, try it out for yourself. I'll probably try it out later on in other vehicles and see how well it does. But the fact that it applies easily and wipes off easily and the gloss and the slickness is great, then that's really all I'm looking for. I'm happy with that. As far as durability, even if it lasts a month, the ease of application is awesome. So 3D speed probably lasts about a month, maybe more, on a vehicle that sits outdoors and not really well maintained. Does that mean it's a bad product? No. I'm beginning to really not care about durability that much anymore. So if it's a sealant, if it's a wax and it says 3 months, 6 months, in reality, I kind of cut those in half anyway. A coating is different. A ceramic coating really should get the durability that it claims, because it's completely different. But waxes and sealants, they are not as strong as coatings, obviously. So they're not really going to last as long. And my customers' vehicles, they're not show cars. They're daily drivers. They're not really taken care of that well. So, you know, I may tell them 3 months, 6 months, but in reality, if you're bringing it to car washes or not really washing it that well or that often, you're going to cut those durability, claims in half. So Is it a big deal? No, it really isn't. The main thing is keep up on your vehicle. But here's a prime example. I mean, this car was washed maybe about 3 weeks ago, maybe more. But I mean, even once a month on a vehicle should be sufficient. But I'm under trees here. So I'm under pine trees and all sorts of stuff. And we've been getting a lot of rain recently, and the pollen, that just ruins protection on cars. It's insane. You get pollen mixing with rain, mixing with sap from the trees. It's going to destroy your paint. Not even talking about durability on, protection, but your paint itself. As you can see on this hood, it's a bad repaint anyway on this, but the paint is soft. It mars up very easily just from washing it and drying it on a regular basis. It mars up. And any bit of sap or pollen or bird droppings or anything that get on the paint and mixes with water, it just ruins the paint. That's just the reality of it. So you just have to remember that. Your car, if it sits outside, it is going to get wrecked. So keep up on it as much as possible. And don't just rely on a product that says 6 months durability. Don't just rely on that. Keep up on the vehicle as much as possible. I try to keep up on this and it still gets wrecked. So whatever. Just keep up on it as much as possible and enjoy the process. Enjoy using the products as well. As far as CarPro Pearl, that's kind of a solid product. This has been around for a long time. A lot of guys like it, and you can use it on anything interior and exterior. You can water it down. So if you want to use it for interior, you can dilute it 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. And use it on the inside as well, leathers and plastics and all of that. Or engine bay, as you saw, tires, wheel wells, outdoor or exterior plastics and rubber. You can use it on anything. So solid product. I really don't have to talk about that too much because everybody knows that product. But if you are new to it, if you want a really good plastic and rubber water-based dressing, then this is one of them. And then again, an old favorite, Super Clean All-Wheel Cleaner. This has been around for a long time. A lot of guys like it. It's cheap, easy to get your hands on, and it works. It's very, very effective, even on tires. It works really, really well on tires, cleaning them up. It is acid-based, but don't be afraid. It's not like, battery acid or anything like that. It's acid-based because it's lower on the pH scale. It's going to attack minerals, break dust, iron and metal deposits and things like that, and break them up, loosen them up. It's not an iron reactive chemical. That's not what it is. Just an acid-based chemical. But it's safe. You saw it can go on paint. It's okay. So will it diminish the protection on the paint? Yeah, probably. Any type of chemical like that, whether low or high on the pH scale, is going to have an impact on the protection. But again, just use some thinking ability. Just use some common sense. Whether you do wheels first or you do it last, use thinking ability. Reason it out. Ask questions first. Don't make it a rule, because you're going to stifle thinking ability if you do that. But just reason it out. For example, say you're in the full sun, working on a black vehicle like this, you're a mobile guy, or you're a detail enthusiast in your driveway, and it's full sun. Then start on your wheels first. Fine, make that choice. That's completely up to you. So work on your wheels first, and then get to washing the paint. That way when you dry everything, then you don't have to worry about splatter chemical or getting the vehicle wet again. But then again, if you have black, shiny, gloss wheels, and you do all the wheels first, and you're still in the full sun, depending on the angle, now you're letting water spots dry on your wheels. So are you going to clean your gloss black wheels and tires and dry them and then wash the car? Because they're just going to get wet again. So, see, you just need to think about things. Is it really going to matter that much? Well, that's up to you. Work quickly, work efficiently. And if you have water spot issues, then get a deionizing machine and just use it to rinse. So there's options, but don't make rules because you will stop up that thinking ability and people won't be able to think it through. They'll just say, no, I got to do wheels first because that's what people say. And if I don't do that, I'm a hack or I'm not doing things correctly. No, use proper thinking ability. Reason it out, ask questions. Don't just do it because you see someone else on YouTube doing it, or whoever YouTube celebrity detailer says you have to do this, this, or this. If they're making rules, already they're stifling thinking ability. They're stifling that. So don't do that. Just use common sense, reason it out, and ask those questions, and then go from there. So if you dial in your own process that works for you, great. Never criticize others for their process. Even if you think it's wrong, or even if it is wrong, maybe it's not the best method that they're doing, but if it works for them, and at the end everything works out, then it's fine. Don't criticize. Even in the instance where you think they're wrong, let them be. Let them learn from their mistakes, and they'll correct them. If you think I'm doing something wrong, ask the questions first. You may not know why I'm doing things that way. Sometimes it may not even matter whether I do A, B, or C first or last or whatever. There's going to be a method to it. Or at the end, I'm going to say, look, it didn't matter. If I do it this way, this will happen. If I do it that way, that will happen. It doesn't matter. At the end is what's going to matter, working out those solutions at the end. Detailing is all about problem solving also. You run into a lot of weird issues on the paint, inside of the vehicle. Cars just have issues that detailers have to deal with. Sometimes we can fix them, sometimes we can't, sometimes we just make them look better. So it's a lot of problem solving. With all of that said, when it comes to products, don't just rely on the products. Yes, this is nice. I love 3D Speed. Also, there's many other all-in-ones that I love to use, and they work really, really well. They each may have a little pro, a little con here and there, but I make it work. So don't just rely on the product. Increase your skill level. Learn how to problem solve and figure out these problems, because sometimes there's a problem that maybe I haven't run into because I don't have certain issues here, like water spotting issues. I don't have those issues here, so I'm not really used to it. I've never really had that problem before, but I have other water spot removers that I use on customers' vehicles to try to solve that problem, but I don't run into it with my own water, so I may not be the best one to ask to help with water spotting issues from, well water or city water or whatever it is. Each detailer is going to have their ability to help you out. Watch them all. Watch all of them, from the new guys to experienced guys. It doesn't matter. Watch them all, but take bits and pieces from each one and morph it into your own method, into your own way of detailing, because really that's going to be your best way of detailing, is taking all those tips, all those points and advice from all sorts of people and meshing them together, and maybe throwing out some that just don't work for you, but keep the ones that do and make up your own method from there. Don't criticize, learn from others, whether they're experienced or not. So with all that said, guys, if you're interested in the Glove Box subscriptions, check out the links down below. You'll get a discount as well on your first detail box, your first glove box for that month. And if you are interested in any of these products, I'll have links down below. Now, Melco also sent me some stuff. They actually sent me the big 32-ounce bottle of their Accelerate, which is awesome. So thank you, Melco, for doing that. I also have one of their shampoos that they sent me. So you'll see me using that soap in later videos. So I really thank Melco for sending me this stuff. But with that said, I got two bottles here, a big one and a small one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give away the big one because I have so many products. I won't get to use all of this. I know I won't. I have so many all-in-ones. I'm always switching back and forth. So I'm going to keep the little one here, but I'm going to give this one away to you guys. Now, it has to be in the US only. I can ship overseas, but the website that I use is shippo.com, and I can ship, I think, worldwide. But some areas, some countries are a little weird and they give me problems and it can be expensive. So I'm sorry for my worldwide viewers who are in different countries that can't get this. Try your best. Go to Melco or your Amazon or, different places to try to find it. But I can really only ship within the US. I wish I can go global, but I can't. I'm a little guy here. I don't have ways of shipping overseas like that easily and affordably. I just can't, which really stinks, but it is what it is. So I will be giving this bottle away here to any of those in the US. So hashtag it Melco Accelerate and let me know what is your favorite all-in-one down below in your comment. But I'm going to go by that hashtag. So hashtag Melco Accelerate Accelerate, not accelerate, accelerate. Melco Accelerate, hashtag that. Make sure that's in there, all one word, because that's how I pick the winner. So this YouTube program that I have, I can put in any word, any phrase, and it'll randomly pick a winner from that phrase, which is really cool, from all the people who comment. So don't forget, Melco Accelerate, hashtag that. And then again, tell me, what all-in-one do you enjoy using? What's your favorite one for whatever reason? Not necessarily the best. What's your best? What's your favorite and why? And I will send this to you for free, of course. So whatever the shipping is, I just eat it because it's in the US. It's not that bad. But it is a big bottle. So it's 32 ounces of this stuff. And I'm also going to throw in one of these caps because I love these caps. Oops. Oh, you know what? Will this not work? Oh. However they design this, it doesn't work in the big bottle. Well, that stinks. I can put it on the little bottle because the thread is different. Yeah, the thread's different on the little bottle. Sorry, guys. I'll see if I can find these on Amazon. And Richard Seam, if you know, where did you get these guys? Because I might want to source some. I might buy, a package or put links down below. So that other guys can get these, because I love these caps. These are awesome to use. That's going to do it for the Weekend Wash, guys. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in further videos, more weekend washes, check out the box at the end where you can actually click on all those different weekend washes that we started from, like, I don't know, a year or two ago. And don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great week.